Hey y'all, don't mind my little twist out. I'm trying to hold off until this weekend to get my hair done. So, just something a little simple. But I want to talk about the baby and the Danileigh situation. How y'all feel about that? Y'all feel like the baby wrong? I know a lot of people gonna jump to his defense. Um, Initially I did as well. No, you know what? I'm still on side of the baby, but I don't know, maybe it's just that woman thing in me. I kind of feel a little bad for Danileigh. Even though she makes it really hard for you to feel bad for her. She was real cocky in the beginning, wasn't she? Yellow bone is what he want. Now look at her. I know Mimi somewhere sitting back with her feet up, loving every minute of it. You know, it didn't take long for that karma to come back around. Yeah, but I'll say this: the part that it's really hard for me to give her sympathy, and I don't like this. How when she went live and she like with the police, oh, you called the police on me, you called the police on me, you a bitch ass nigga, you a bitch ass nigga, all this and all that. I'm like, dang. Like I can only imagine what she be saying to him. You know how they really argue when the camera not rolling. That was a little bit much for me. But yeah, he did her so cold. I've never seen a woman get put out so calmly and so proper. I mean, I guess aside from having to embarrass her and they might even come back together, it's gonna be so embarrassing for her to get back with him though. Like that's gonna be terrible. But women do these things. So even if they do get back together, like he can't never take that shame away from her. They making memes about this girl and she do look crazy. She look crazy. And I don't doubt that she was in there wigging out on them at all. I believe it's true. But with him being who he is and having the reputation that he has, those the measures he is so calculated, so calculated. The measures he's taken to protect himself and to possibly take her kid away. If she keep playing, she poking at a bear right now. And I don't think she realized that she seems to think that she's different. I don't know if it's because she's not black or she light skinned or she not light skinned because she not black. But I don't know who, maybe because her family's in the industry. And did y'all hear what he said about her family being in the industry and stuff and them being a little, I guess, weird? He called her Matilda. What type of stuff is that? We all know, we hear those industry stories. Danileigh, is it something you want to come out and talk about? That'd be the best thing for you. Girl, you need to come out and just bless your whole family, the baby mama, all of them. You need to just do a whole tell-all giving your side because you looking real bad right now, and it's going to be really hard for you to get sympathy from people with the way you've made people feel about you. And you would think coming from a family with an industry background that you would have a little bit more polish to you when it comes to these things. First off, you should have never allowed that man to go. As soon as them cameras start rolling, honey, you should have either went and freshened up or it was just your time to go. You should have just left at that point. You shouldn't let him embarrass you. But I'm understanding now that maybe you didn't have nowhere to go. Maybe you couldn't just leave, So, maybe you didn't have a ride. Maybe you had nowhere to go to. And he was just really taking advantage of that, As women, we know men will do that sometimes. They will try to kick you while you're down. But you can't let them. Honey, if you have to call the closest person in the state or in the city that you was in, You got to do what you got to do. Because that was just much. That was a bit much. And that's going to stick with you for a minute. That's going to be a bad stigma around your career, around your daughter, around everything. You know, that's become how we know you now. That's become how people, the first thing they think about when they think of your name, they're going to think about how bad this man dogs you. Hopefully you can come up from this and you can go find you another man. You're still a beautiful woman. You know, hit up Summer Walker. Maybe you can do some stuff like that. But as far as the baby, even if you gonna deal with him because you like the sex, honey, you need to deal with him in the secrecy and the privacy of your own home. You need to creep. You need to make him your creep. At this point, you need to make him your certified side piece. At this point, you know, I wouldn't be putting no effort into that. And I would be trying so fast to find me another man. Like, no, I wouldn't. You do have a brand new baby, but I would definitely be trying to put some time and some space between me and that guy. You got to cut him off cold. It's going to hurt. I know you got the new baby. You got all the emotions. You got the what do they call it? I forgot. Look, my kids, it's been a couple of years. The baby blues, you know. Dang, this got to be hard. And everywhere you go, you see it. It's all over the blogs. But you put that energy into the universe when you was on there trying to troll his other baby mama, and all black women for that matter. I can't really feel that bad for you. As a woman, it's sad to see, you know. But I hope you could just be strong enough to pick yourself up from this and move on. Because, honey, he ain't going to have a problem moving on. He might even be hurt a little bit. He might even want to call you. He might even do call you. He might even do ask you to go back. But you cannot go back. You can't go back. You can't go back for a minute. You can't go back at all. But if you go back, because you know, you shouldn't go back for a minute. You need to go find yourself. It seemed like you lost your identity a little bit. You walking around in his beater with no bra on and his sweats and stuff. Like, you starting to find your identity with being with him. And maybe you a little low on funds. But that's your fault. You blew your bag. You should have kept working. And that's probably another reason why he wants to get rid of you. Because he was still putting the work in and you was in his pockets, honey. You got to keep... It's okay, you want to slow down and have a baby, but the baby career didn't stop. So that's all I want to say about that situation. I'll talk to y'all later. Let me know how y'all feel. Be sure to like and subscribe in a comment. Subscribe and leave a comment, good or bad. Let me hear it.